freedom. Off-road, road, with the motorcycle, there's a sense of freedom and being present. So that sense of being present and be there at that moment for me is probably one of the only moments that I can almost be in that specific moment is when I ride a motorcycle. Otherwise, I'm always thinking forward or thinking past. It's very hard to stay in the present. I want to have a light off-road motorcycle, so capable to go in the desert, to go in the mountain, and follow my friend that they all have modern bikes. A motorcycle, first of all, is a machine. So there's a specific need they need to fulfill. So functionality and all of these things. So obviously it's a design piece. As beautiful car, there are beautiful motorcycle and less beautiful one. But the first thing is the capability that the motorcycle have. If you need to go off-road, of course there's a certain thing. I have a very visual person, so a lot of my decisions in my life, they've been dictated by the sense of aesthetic. So most of the time I'm getting motorcycles that are like super cool for me, and sometimes they less technical than what they should be. So I start to create art or being playing with art at a young age, but I never understood that could have been a potential career. Also because my family was not really embracing that lifestyle at the time, so they were more like towards to a normal job. So I moved to Los Angeles 21, 22 years ago, and as soon as I moved to the city, obviously I fell in love completely out of doing my art. So come to my studio, motorcycle is absolutely a form of therapy. The more modern bikes, they don't follow under my aesthetic head. So they're beautiful, and I would love to have one of them as well. But if I have to pick a decision, I went with a more suitable for my style and for what I love, that is a vintage direction. So this is a 1981 WR430 Husqvarna, and I'm learning every day that I'm bringing the motorcycle out, the best and the worst of the motorcycle. So the different experience that I'm having riding this Husky compared with the other bike that I usually ride is very different. So this, it feels a machine. So when you go out with this bike, you just feel your body and the raw power machine. And it's very fascinating. You don't have so many tools that the bike provides, like brakes, ABS, or a stabilizer, all of these things. Everything is on you. And that's where really you refine your skills. So the mind, they need a lot of work, but it's fun. I'm enjoying it so much. When you open the two-stroke, it's so different from everything else. Two-stroke, my first two-stroke ever. Even if I start very early on motorcycle, I never have a two-stroke. So I'm learning the whole process of the two-stroke. So how to mix your gas, how, you know, the right ratio, like now I'm 50-1, I didn't even know what it was, all of these things. So even that challenge for me is super interesting because I need to figure it out, all of these things, and I spend time doing research. So it's become an extension of the motorcycle ride itself, is what is surrounded. The affiliation between riding an off-road motorcycle and my practice at the studio, yeah, there's a lot of similar elements. So first of all, I would say the physicality. You need to chop the tire, melting it. You need to be very present because it's very dangerous, it's hot, so you can really injure yourself. So that is the first thing. Second, there's a smell. So the tar creates this smell of the asphalt, and I see the same thing driving a motorcycle. When it rains, there's a different smell. When you go off-road, specifically where you go, you have a different smell. You go in the desert, completely different. So that is another very fascinating part. And yes, and get dirty. Obviously, you know, I'm doing something in my studio that I get dirty, either if it's tar or if it's plaster. And even get dirty, I don't mind. Actually, I kind of like that idea because, again, it's like finish the ride and see the gear. I feel that I did something cool. Same thing at the studio. Finish a work, I'm dirty and tired. I feel that I did something good. And this looks super cool. I mean, that bike is incredible. Thinking it was designed in the 80s, and for me is immaculate. I will not change anything. That's why I didn't change anything. So being an off-road, there's a lot of unseen place that if you don't have an off-road motorcycle, you cannot go. So there's this sense of exploration. There's a sense of freedom that even if there's not a road, you make your own road. Discovering, for me, California through an off-road motorcycle is incredible. So I have to say, the first time I ride a Husky, the feeling of being on top of a crazy horse absolutely is the first thing that I had. More and more, driving the motorcycle, you tune in with a crazy horse. So there's this symphony that I think is allowed you to manipulate the bike under you with your skill. The bike, it is what it is. That's what it provides, no more of that. I even think, and I'm using the power of the bike at now, probably 15%. The bike is super capable. That's after is all your skill. If you like motorcycle and you like art, there's no way that you don't see art in the motorcycle. My name is Mattia Biagi and I'm riding a 1981 WR430 Husky.
First of all, how do you pronounce it in Italian?
Oh my God, I don't know if I pronounce it correct. I always say Husqvarna. I don't know if it's correct. I don't think so, so don't count me on that.